We looked at the defense yesterday. Now it is time to turn the focus over to the Sycamore offense, where right now you see a plethora of new faces.
Well, I think you realize how young we really are when we get out there, especially at the receiver spot. You know, with so many injuries we had last year. I know we got Rontrez and Michael back, but you know the rest of the group, nobody's played, and so it's really a young group. Really like our tight ends. I think they're coming along. You can see they have experience, and obviously having Gage back and having Zach now with a full year in the weight room. You can tell a big difference. I'll tell you, one of the biggest surprises, and I shouldn't say surprises, but somebody who's come probably a long way is Nakia Greer, and doing a really nice job for us in terms of his run blocking and his strength, and really having him in the weight room for a whole year now under our system. You know, we got a couple young guys there, and Tommy Richardson being out hurts us because Tommy has some playing experience, but the two young guys between Ethan Cox and Tynan Williams are doing a good job. Then our offensive line is, you know, we have experience on the offensive line, and we're getting better. You know, I think the strength gains, you know, between Dave and the weight room and everything that Coach Mal's done with our nutrition aspect of it, obviously we've talked about that a lot. It really shows in our offensive line. We got to gain more confidence in what we're doing, but you can really tell the guys that have played and have experience and have done a good job there. You know, we're only into practice 3, so we still got a long way to go. Believe me, we're nowhere near ready to play a game right now.
As Coach Hecklinski mentioned, there are names who Sycamore fans don't necessarily know yet, like Dante Hendricks, Mo Jennings at wide receiver, even throwing Gage Lackey at the tight end spot, all who missed time last year due to significant injuries. But despite there not being game experience, there is tons of talent stocked on the offensive side.
We do. They're just, you know, right now they're immature to the game. And that's, you know, the only thing that overcomes that is every day in practice. And it's nice to have them out. I mean, you got to remember, Dante Hendricks and Mo, they did not practice. They did nothing. So when they broke their foot, you know, Mo had to lose Frank early in camp. Gage did nothing. Gage had the Achilles early in camp. And so it's not like those guys were out practicing and they were working. They were doing nothing with us. And so, you know, it's basically you're starting over. And you're starting from day one when they first got here, not day one heading into spring. And they've done a good job of getting ready and preparing. And now it's the field reps that they need and the experience that they gain. And, you know, sometimes that means things aren't pretty, but, you know, they learn from it.
Last year, the inconsistency at the quarterback spot hurt the Sycamore offense, but when you look around the league, especially in recent history, dual-threat quarterbacks such as Chris Strevler at South Dakota, Sean McGuire at Western Illinois, and even Easton Stick at North Dakota State, guys who have the ability to run it and throw it, have proven not just for them to be successful, but their teams to be successful. Is that what the Sycamores are trying to build in Terre Haute?
You know, it's interesting because we've talked a lot about that, and you know, I'm not so sure how much we're going to run the quarterback and how involved we're going to get with it. You know, obviously we're a throwing team, and we're going to throw the football, and we're going to throw it vertical down the field. Obviously the ability to move at the quarterback spot is something that's important, but you know, we'll see where this takes us and where it grows. I'm not sure. We're young. I mean, we have nobody. A year ago at this time, there was nobody in that room that's here right now. And so we're a long ways away. I can't even begin to pinpoint anything right now other than, you know, we're out at practice and we're working hard there.
Even though there are many practices to go and multiple new faces to run out there and see what they have, Coach Hecklinski has his plan for the rest of spring ball.
I think it's consistency. You know, I think at the quarterback spot, you look at, you know, from the drops to the reads, you know, sometimes the throws are off right now because we're getting outside for the first time. You know, it was a blessing that we had the annex today because this winter, because we were able to get some stuff done, but, you know, especially with the weather we had. But also, you know, it's the first time you're out, you're actually spaced right, you actually got the whole field, and you're actually throwing the ball deep. So we're looking at drops and reads and consistency of that. And if we can get consistent in that, then we have a chance to be successful as we move through the summer.
For continuing coverage on spring football, stay right here at GoSycamores.com.